But when you do score it, especially for me, I don't score that often, so it is a big thrill, yeah.
Beardsley, a lovely header by Beardsley for Houghton, knocked out by him towards Barnes! A brilliant goal!
Don't laugh. Hey, move. I've always loved football. My father played for Jamaica, so ever since I could walk, I've been playing football.
So when did you actually leave Jamaica?
In 1977. My father was, he's in the army, and he was posted here as military attaché for 4 years. And when the 4 years was up, he got recalled, and Watford asked me to stay and play professionally for them. So, although it was a big choice, I was 17 at the time, and you know, I've never been away from home on my own, you know, well, living away from home. So I haven't got any other relatives here, no cousins, nothing. So it was a big decision to make, although my father played football, as I said, so he was all for it. I was all for it, I wanted to play. But just being away from the family and no other relatives, if I didn't make it, you know, who knows what could have happened. Most youngsters think about being a professional footballer when they're like 13, 14 years of age. But with myself, it was 3 months before I actually became one. I never thought about it at all. I was playing for a team called Sudbury Court in the Middlesex League. Fortunately, one of them recommended me to a scout called John Hardy, who was Watford scout, who then recommended me to Bertie Mee, who was he was the manager of Arsenal when they won the double, and he's on the board of directors at Watford. He came to see me, liked me, came around to meet my mum and dad. They knew I'd be well looked after because they look after the youngsters well there. So really, I think that had a lot to do with their decision, because he persuaded them that, you know, not to let me stay, but he persuaded them that I would be well looked after. I'd be put up in digs, and, you know, if I wanted to continue my education, I'd be able to do so.
Blake's header, only as far as Barnes. Oh, cleverly done from John Barnes. Brilliant goal! Watford are in front. Callahan's throw, and Riley, and Johnston, and Barnes! And that surely means a place in the semi-final of the FA Cup.
My footballing heroes from my days when I lived in Jamaica as a 10, 11, 12-year-old were Franz Beckenbauer and Wolfgang Overath. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but, you know, they were the West German heroes of the '74 World Cup when West Germany won it. I must have been the only one in Jamaica. We saw it live on a big screen in Jamaica, the '74 World Cup, and I must have been the only one who wanted West Germany to win, because they were playing Holland, who were like the darlings of the World Cup. You know, they had Johan Cruyff, and they were like the best team in the world, and everyone loved the way they played. But I think the reason I liked West Germany was my father went to the '72 Olympics in Munich, and he brought me back a pair of football boots, and they were Adidas Gerd Müller, who was like a West German player. So since then, I loved West Germany. Since I've gotten older, Pele has been, I think he's my favourite of all time. I've got a video of him now. I watch it once every 2 weeks. I've had it for 3 years, so I watch it quite a lot. So he is my most obvious sporting hero, Pele.
Have you ever come across blatant racism, either from within or from the fans?
I've come across it from the fans. Not from within football, but I've come across it from the fans. But I mean, it's like water off a duck's back to me, as it is to most coloured players. When I played against Everton here, you know, they were throwing bananas on the pitch, and I've been having that since I was 6, 7 years ago. In my first game against Chelsea, I had that, you know, when I was 17. But with me being the first black player, as it were, to play here, this is the first time that people have seen it up here, you know, and they were shocked. Even now, they're still talking, you know, they still come up to me and say, well, what about, you know, when they're throwing bananas on the pitch? And, you know, I'm used to it, coming from down south, you know, I mean, that happens all the time. But I mean, up here, they couldn't believe it, they were so shocked. So I had to explain to them, well, you know, I had it from the first game I played, so, you know, I just put that to the back of my mind. I don't think anything about it at all. A lot of it is done really to try and put you off. You know, that's the colour is the obvious way they can't have a go at me, you know, because I'm a different colour. but you know they make up songs about other players, whether they're short, bald, fat, whatever, you know. So
So you think it's sort of part of the normal antagonistic
yeah,
behaviour?
I think they'll try and, you know, have a go at you in the best way which they can, and with my colour being, you know, the obvious way, they have a go at me in that way.
What's the greatest moment of your career? Ask these two fellas, and this is it, they'll say.
Getting to the FA Cup final with Watford, that's probably been my biggest occasion. Also scoring one of my few England goals in Brazil. Money is very important to all professional footballers. Not so much when they are professional footballers, but depending on what you do with the money you earn when you're a professional footballer, it's more important to actually have enough money, not really to not be able to work again, but if you look after your money and invest wisely, you know, you should be able to live a comfortable life when you retire, 35. I haven't thought about what I would be doing or what I'd like to do when I'm finished.
So if you had to sum it up, what is it exactly about the game that you really love?
I think if you asked me this when I was an 8-year-old boy, I could have told you, but I mean, after just growing up with it for as long as I can remember, I can't remember anything but playing football. You know, playing football in the streets. Most kids can't. You know, you grow up with football and you love the game, and so when you become a professional footballer, you become a bit cynical because, you know, you have to, because it's your profession and you have to win at all costs. But I think it's just the enjoyment of playing. You know, that's why I enjoy so much at Liverpool, because we go out there and in training, that's all we do, play football. So, you know, I enjoy Monday to Fridays. The Saturdays are bread and butter when you win, and, you know, that's a great feeling. But I look forward to going in to train every day with the odd day off. So I think that the actual playing is the main thing.
Do you ever get nervous before you're going to play?
Yeah, I think most players do. But once you get out onto the pitch, all the nerves go. No matter how big the occasion is. You know, played in cup finals, in the World Cup. Before you think, oh, you know, the World Cup, the FA Cup final, 100,000 people, you know, 20 million people watching you on television. But once you get out there, you know, it just totally goes out the window already. It's just another game after that.
So you're not really aware of any of the noise or the crowd or the distractions?
You are aware of just one great big noise. You're not aware of any shouts or any, you know, exactly what they're saying. You know, because so many games, people have said, well, did you hear them singing this or did you hear them saying that? And you say, no, you just hear one big roar, that's it.